Hello everyone, welcome back to the Excel 2016 training. In this video, we'll take a look at copying and moving worksheets. Okay, we will use two worksheets to look at move and copy worksheets functionality. I have two sheets open. Two workbooks open. One is employees workbook, which you looked at in the previous videos, and have another one which is a data workbook, and it's pretty much blank with just one worksheet, and the sheet itself is blank as well. And the name, I just renamed it to data. So let us take a look at how we can copy and move worksheets. Let's start with employees workbook and say let's start with employees current worksheet. Let's say I want to make a copy of this particular worksheet within this workbook. That's one option. You can also make a copy of this particular worksheet into another workbook, in this case data. Let us take a look at those two scenarios. So obviously, because you want to work with a particular worksheet, make sure that the sheet is active. Right click on it, and from the menu select move or copy. Now let us start with the copy, meaning I want to make a copy of this particular sheet. In order to work with it, first is you need to make sure that you check create a copy option. Now from here, you want to make a copy. Now the first scenario is to make a copy of this particular sheet within the same workbook. So make sure employees workbook is selected. By default it is selected, and it also shows the data workbook as well. Let's make sure employees is selected. By default it is selected, and then you're saying make a copy, and you can pick a desired location here. Say I want to do after or say before temp 1, or you can say move to end. When you do that, what Excel does is it makes a copy of this sheet and puts 2 in the bracket here. So it's current 2. If I try to do it one more time, create a copy, move to end, put 3. So it's making copy of this particular worksheet. Now next scenario is to make a copy of this sheet, but making that copy in a different workbook. That's a scenario. So right click on it, do move and copy, or move or copy. Make sure create a copy is selected, and make sure you select the desired workbook. Right now I have 2 workbooks open, so I see 2 here, but if you have more than 2, you will see all the workbooks here. So select it, and Excel or this particular dialog box will display you all the worksheets that are in this particular workbook. And you can do before a particular worksheet, or you can say move to the end. So I'm going to select move to end, do OK. As you can see now here, it took this particular worksheet, made a copy of it, and actually it added a sheet into this particular data worksheet. Data workbook. It's identical copy. It's literal copy from here to here. And you can see the tab name, the color, the whole formatting, the whole thing is retained. So that's about creating a copy. Let's say you want to work with moving. So I have employees current, temp 1, temp 2, and these 2 copies. Now I'm going to work with this and say right click on it, move or copy, and then say I'm not going to check this create a copy, and do move to end. Now I'm saying move, and as I move to end, all it does is it just moves this tab to the end. You can do that just by dragging it to the desired location. The move comes handy when you want to move a particular sheet to a desired or a target workbook. So say for example, let me go ahead and delete this guy from the data workbook and go back to employees. Let's say I want to move temp 2 to the data workbook. Make sure you select it, right click on it and do move or copy. Do not select create a copy, and from the drop down we'll say we will pick the data workbook and do OK. Now you can see the temp 2 is now moved to data workbook and temp 2 is no longer in our employees workbook. Well, that's it about moving and copying worksheets, and I will see you in the next video.